It has never been more clear. This New York Rangers roster was in complete disarray before the start of last season, but there is a simple solution to fix this problem, folks. Welcome back to Rangers Digest. I am your host, Bret Botfeld, and it is great to be back with you guys on this glorious Friday, the 20th of June. Happy Friday, guys. And before I reveal the simple solution to this Rangers wreck of a situation, a quick reminder that about 74% of you that currently watch these videos are unsubscribed, so please hit that free subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers. And guys, let's hop right into it. If you couldn't tell from yesterday, I was freaking fuming, completely ticked off. I'm still ticked off. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I couldn't even sleep after reading those damn reports about this team. Ugh, completely disgusting. This is from NewYorkRangersInsider.com. This is talking about a Peter Bowe article from The Athletic, and it says, on Thursday afternoon, several reports surfaced that reveal a large majority of the New York Rangers are not happy to be playing for the New York Rangers. That is a big problem, obviously, due to how Chris Drury handled different situations while trading away several key veteran players. Several Rangers players met at Artemi Panarin's house a couple of weeks before training camp to bid Goodrow farewell before he left for San Jose. At that gathering, players openly expressed resentment about how Drury handled both the Barclay Goodrow and Jacob Trouba situation. So just to give you guys a little backstory on what Peter Bowe is talking about here, before the start of last season, just 2 weeks after the New York Rangers were eliminated by the Florida Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals in 6 games, where the Rangers were up 2-1 and then got completely outclassed and out-hustled from that point, Chris Drury went on to release Barclay Goodrow just 2 weeks later, putting him on waivers. And he also released a league-wide trade memo talking about how basically everyone was on the table, especially Captain Jacob Trouba and Assistant Captain Chris Kreider. And this clearly ticked off a lot of Rangers players because Barclay Goodrow was placed on waivers. He was absolutely beloved in the Rangers locker room, an assistant captain, a Stanley Cup champion with the Tampa Bay Lightnings. And obviously Chris Kreider, longest tenured Ranger, was put on the trade block. And he has a lot of friends on that team, and they were clearly ticked off about that as well. Let's not forget, just a month later, Chris Drury went on to trade Jacob Trouba to the Detroit Red Wings, but he had a 15-team no-trade clause, and the Red Wings were on that no-trade clause list. Jacob Trouba went on to veto the trade, and he was never a Red Wing, but he went on into the season knowing that he was basically not wanted there, and the Rangers, they were in complete disarray because they had a captain that was halfway out the door. They knew that management didn't want anything to do with Jacob Trouba, so there were just bad vibes entering the season. I wanted to give you a little backstory on what that was talking about right there. And then the article goes on to say, this is when many players expressed their displeasure with how Chris Drury handled that situation, along with how he forced Jacob Trouba to take the trade to the Anaheim Ducks, or he was going to suffer the same fate as Barclay Goodrow and be placed on waivers, resulting in one player who remains unnamed to state that no one is happy here, despite having an honest and productive conversation with Chris Drury when he sent out a memo stating no players will be off limits during trade discussions. Guys, I want to give you more of a backstory there, talking about when he basically forced Jacob Trouba's hand, trading him to the Anaheim Ducks. That was because he vetoed the trade, the first trade in the offseason of last year, to the Detroit Red Wings. So after he vetoed that trade, Chris Drury still made it clear he wanted to move off of Jacob Trouba and his $8 million contract. So he went on to agree to a trade with the Anaheim Ducks, and he forced Trouba's hands and threatened him and said, look, if you don't accept this trade to Anaheim, we're going to place you on waivers. Then who knows what's going to happen after that. So Jacob Trouba ended up accepting that trade during the season to the Ducks. Wanted to give you a little backstory on that, but let's move right along here, folks. Certainly a very solid reason why the New York Rangers played the entire 2024-2025 season with an I don't care attitude, as many were scared or even nervous to be the next one traded from the organization. However, you can also look at it another way, as many Rangers didn't prove to Chris Drury that they deserve to play for the New York Rangers or even take him seriously. And guys, I agree with the second part wholeheartedly. This first part of the article is complete nonsense. Certainly a very solid reason why the New York Rangers played the entire 2024-2025 season with an I don't care attitude, as many were scared or even nervous to be the next one traded from the organization. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, bro. Are you freaking kidding me? Is this junior varsity? This is the big leagues. This is the National Hockey League. This isn't high school JV. Give me a damn break. Come on. Nervous about being traded? An excuse to have that I don't care attitude? Excuse me. Artemi Panarin is making damn near $12 million. $12 million per season to play hockey. Jacob Trouba is making $8 million. Chris Kreider, $6.5 million. Mika Zibanejad, $8.5 million. Are you freaking kidding me? An excuse to play with an I don't care attitude? That is complete garbage. Most of that article is great, but that piece is complete garbage. I don't feel sorry for these guys. For Artemi Panarin to host a players-only meeting at his house, undermining the general manager, talking about, because if you read that full article from The Athletic, from Peter Bow, he talks about how the team conspired against Chris Drury and Peter Laviolette to quit on the GM and the coach. But you know what, guys? Let me tell you something right now. They didn't quit on the general manager. They didn't quit on the coach. They quit on you guys, the fans, and me, and Darius, the fans that pay their hard-earned money to go watch those games. That was a complete, utter disaster what we saw that last season. They did not give a damn. They didn't give a rat's you-know-what. These guys are making millions of dollars. Sack up. Freaking sack up. Go out there and play hockey. This isn't junior varsity. This is the damn National Hockey League. I'm still freaking ticked off from that. Let's move along, guys. This is from Bald Panarin on X. What I really want to focus on here is the third bullet point here. James Dolan had a pep talk with that team at the end of the year and talked about how it's a privilege to be a Ranger. You're damn right it's a privilege to be a Ranger. And I don't always agree with James Dolan on everything. He's been a lousy owner, not only for the Rangers, but for the Knicks. But you know what? He is absolutely right. Not only is it a privilege to be a Ranger, it is a privilege to play in the National Hockey League. It is a privilege to make $12 million, Artemi Panarin. Maybe you should hold a players-only meeting about... Look, Artemi Panarin, since he's gotten here, he's been great. He's been great in the regular season. Boo-hoo, so what? We're going to give him a cookie? We're going to give him an award for that? Seriously? Since he got to the Rangers, he's led the team every single regular season. Every regular season in points scored. Great. Congratulations, Breadman. You know what he's done in the postseason? Zelch. Nada. No show. He's led the Rangers every single year in the regular season. Never once, not one single time since he's been here, has led the Rangers in the postseason in points. Come on. Come on, give me a break. Are you kidding me? This is the most skilled player on the team by far. Never led the team in points in the postseason. Never, come on, doesn't have a clutch bone in his body, for crying out loud. Give me a break. And this guy's going to host a players-only meeting, undermining the general manager and the coach. And how about you, Jacob Trouba? I used to respect the captain. But you didn't do anything in the postseason either. You're a big reason why the Rangers weren't able to advance to the Stanley Cup. Maybe if you could stay out of the damn penalty box and not put Florida on the man advantage every single time. And Mika Zibanejad, maybe if you didn't forget how to score on the power play. And the reason I bring up their names is because you know who was at this players only meeting. You know who the ringleaders were. Mika Zibanejad was right at the forefront. Very good friends with Artemi Panarin. Best friends with Chris Kreider. Very good friends with Jacob Trouba. You think that Mika Zibanejad liked to see that trade memo? Hell no. So you know he was the ringleader. I am absolutely fed up with Mika. I wish he would waive that damn no trade clause already. Get him out of here. He looked like he had much more fun playing in Sweden than in New York. So maybe he should stay in Sweden. How about that? Stay in Sweden. I'd love to see Mika off this team. Artemi off the team. And you know what? With head coach Mike Sullivan in here, there's a reason they brought him in. There's a reason they brought in a no-nonsense two-time Stanley Cup champion. And you know what? I was wrong. I will admit it. I wanted the Rangers to think outside of the box. I wanted a new type of voice, not a retread coach, not a Gerard Gallant of the world, not a Peter Laviolette of the world, not a Mike Sullivan of the world. But you know what? Mike Sullivan is the best coach for this team because he is no nonsense. When he walks into Madison Square Garden, when he walks into that dressing room, you know who the boss is. You know who's in charge. He is not going to stand for this, and he has to establish the leadership of this team immediately. I would name JT Miller the captain on the spot immediately. There is a reason why the Rangers brought JT Miller back to New York. He was an assistant captain in Vancouver the past 4 seasons. He is ready to take that next step and become captain of this Rangers team. This guy plays north to south hockey like no other. This is an elite goal scorer. This is a guy that plays with physicality, speed, snarl. He'll run you over. He is a fiery type of guy, vocal leader, also lead by example. This is JT Miller's team moving forward. And Mike Sullivan has to make that happen. And you know what? Time to remove the A from Artemi Panarin. Time to remove the A from Mika Zibanejad. Because you know what? If I had it my way, Mika would be gone and Artemi Panarin would be gone. But you know what? He may be gone as soon as the trade deadline. Depends how the Rangers are doing. And if the Rangers have an opportunity to move him at the trade deadline, I would do it. It's time to end this core once and for all. This article that came out yesterday put me over the edge, folks. Excuse me if I'm a little emotional, but it put me over the damn edge because I watched last season. I went to games last season, spent hard-earned money just like you. And this pisses me the hell off. Pisses me off to no end because now there's no more guessing, folks. They did not care. They did not try. This team had too much skill to go from President's Trophy winners to 13th in the Eastern Conference. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. This team gave up. Time to make Vincent Trocheck the assistant captain. And yes, Adam Fox will remain assistant captain. That is my structure. JT Miller captain, Trocheck assistant captain, Adam Fox assistant captain. JT Miller, take this team by the horns and let's go. Vincent Trocheck, another vocal leader who really stepped up when Trouba was traded. He's a lead by example guy as well. He is a very good two-way player. Vincent Trocheck, assistant captain, make it happen. And Adam Fox, there's a reason he won the 2023 Mr. Ranger Award, folks. He does a lot on the ice as well as off the ice. That is my structure. Sullivan, head coach. JT Miller, captain. Trocheck and Fox, my 2 assistant captains. None of this 4 assistant captain nonsense. 1 captain, 2 assistant captains. That's it. If you don't like it, get the hell out. Get out. I don't feel sorry for you. I wish I was making $12 million, Artemi. So please, enough with this hot garbage. But that's going to do it here today, folks. Real fiery episode. I'm fascinated to hear what you guys think about that. What do you guys think? Do you guys like that structure? JT Miller at captain, Vincent Trocheck at assistant captain, and Adam Fox at assistant captain? Let me know in the comments if you like that. But like I said, that's going to do it here today on Rangers Digest. There'll be more content coming out today as always and throughout the weekend. But once again, quick reminder, if you didn't hit that free subscribe button, hit that free subscribe button down below. We're going to be having a lot of videos coming your way and live streams. But, you know, hit that free subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything New York Rangers. Take care, folks. Enjoy your weekend.